All right, students, so just got off the phone with our teacher update for today. Um, Essentially, we are getting together to coordinate ways that we can get you guys some curriculum, which is your content, which is the things that you guys are learning in our classes for online distribution. If you guys haven't gotten a chance to check your emails, we are 2 weeks now, 2 weeks out through April 3rd, which is a Friday. So we wouldn't at this point be coming back to school. I believe it's April 6th. Anyways, that's part one of this video. But part two is, I referenced it earlier, I'm planning on doing some strategy work with you guys also on the side, but I want to make it clear, 100% clear, this stuff that I'm doing on this video is not required. All right, it's just something for you guys to do with your parents, trying to give everyone something to do that is effective and beneficial to growth outside of the classroom. And it's not just things that will help you in the classroom, but it'll help you in life. I wish, I try for myself to treat you guys how I would have liked to be treated when I was in junior high, and give you guys strategies that I wish I would have had when I was in junior high. So, I'm basically trying to teach myself here as if I were in you guys' shoes. But anyways, today's plan and message is about ultimately memory training. Yeah, it's going to be memory training. But I'll go ahead and start with a little spiel, which is basically just a little rant or whatever you kids are calling it these days. But the idea and the question at the beginning starts off with, do you want to get better, or do you want to change the world? If you're getting better, that's an example of getting better is if you're a B student and you're making A's, or if you're a low A student and you're making high A's, or if you're just an A student, a high A student, and you're continuing to make A's, like, you're getting better, but are you out there changing the world? And on that idea, there's an Olympian. His name was Nick Fosbury. All right, your parents might know, and I'm going to venture to guess that the majority of your parents were probably born after 1968. My folks, my dad was born in 53, my mom was born in 57, so maybe some of your parents probably, I have a couple of students in mind who their parents are probably born in the 60s. But Nick Fosbury created what is called the Fosbury Flop. And so I'm going to link to you a YouTube video on Nick Fosbury, which you will watch, and you'll just basically maybe comment down in Schoology about what maybe you thought was interesting in that video. Now, what is really cool about this opportunity is that in the classroom, some of you guys are afraid to answer because, well, you're shy, or you're worried about what other people are going to say, things like that. But the beautiful thing about online community is we have the opportunity to get our thoughts out there instead of, people jumping right at us and laughing at us. They might comment in the comments and laugh at you, or they might even say that what you've said is stupid, but ultimately it's easier to vet, or it's easier to deflect those negative comments on social media and on the internet than it is whenever they're face to face with you, doing and making you feel certain ways. Now, part of this process is I want you guys to feel confident and know that you have the ability to share your thoughts. Like, I am genuinely interested in what you have to say on Nick Fosbury or on memory skills and things like that. Parents and students, like, this is a great opportunity for you guys to learn that you have a voice and your voice is powerful, and that us as teachers and me as your teacher want to hear from you. In the classroom, it's hard. I get it. Like, you've got your peer pressure and you've got those folks around you, but on this little series that we're doing here while we're out of school, like, this is a great opportunity for you guys to interact online and do it in a way that you don't have to worry about what others are telling you. Again, they might leave negative comments, but just remember that if they're leaving that negative comment, that might be telling you more about where they're at in their life, and not as much about you. All right. So we're going to go forward with that. And I want to challenge you guys to at least comment on one video a day, whether it's the mental strategy video or the school video for our lesson plans whenever we get there. I would love for you guys to have some interaction, because we all learn through community and through interaction, and I'm very passionate about that for you guys. So after Fosbury, we have some memory exercises that I want to run you guys through. And just like that triangle drill, where whenever we ran it and you guys drew as many triangles you could, and then I gave you a strategy for success, you guys were able to quickly pick up on, oh, I can draw the 5-point star to draw better triangles. So just like that, I have a memory exercise. And before I get into that, there's a quote that really just stands out. And that quote is essentially, it's this: you don't have a bad mind or a good mind. You only have an untrained mind. So let me give you an example. If I'm going to the gym, I'm training my muscles, which I'm not, but I'm training my muscles to be stronger. I'm putting them through, I'm doing skills and drills and strategies to help my muscles be stronger. If I went to the gym once a month and worked on that one time, I know you guys, but do you think that I would be as strong if I worked out once a month as if I did maybe 5 times a week? So with that, we need to work on and give ourselves the training for our brain to memorize things, and help that is some strategies. So what we're going to do is I'm going to run you guys through some words. We're going to do this 3 times, and then I'm going to ask you a question after it. All right, so the first word, and then I won't number them afterwards. There's 19 words that I want you guys to remember. So the first one, and please don't write these down. This is memorization, not regurgitation. All right, so memorization. So we have the Statue of Liberty, flame, book, a fat guy. We have a drill, a bar of soap, purple pennies, a black limousine, Mickey Mouse, a white hat, a pink jacket, black shoes, Lady Gaga, Lady Gaga. We have a letter or a note. We've also got a German Shepherd, a Hershey's chocolate bar, a mountain lion, and a cherry tree. All right, so that's the first time through. Here's the second time. We got Statue of Liberty, flame, book, fat guy, a drill, a bar of soap, purple pennies, Mickey Mouse, a black limousine, and I switched those two, but it's fine. A black limousine, and then Mickey Mouse. Got a white hat, a purple jacket, or pink jacket, sorry, a pink jacket, black shoes. We have Lady Gaga. We have a shark skin skirt, a letter, a German Shepherd, a Hershey's chocolate bar, a mountain lion, there we go, a mountain lion, sorry, and a cherry tree. All right, so there's two. Do not be writing these down. Do not be writing these down. Okay. Last time through, we've got the Statue of Liberty. We've got a flame, a book, a fat guy, a drill, a bar of soap, purple pennies, a black limousine, Mickey Mouse, a white hat, a purple jacket, black shoes. Excuse me, black shoes. We got Lady Gaga. Ooh, a shark skin skirt. We have a letter, a German Shepherd, a Hershey's chocolate bar, a mountain lion, and a cherry tree. Okay, so there's 19 items on that list. Of those 19 items, what I want you to do now is find a piece of paper and write down in order as many of those 19 items that you can remember. Again, this is not for you to go ahead and before or while I was reading through those the first time, it's not for you to go through and write down before, okay? That's not the strategy because that's regurgitating information. That's not memorization, okay? Memorizing is we are calling back to and remembering what was said. So out of your memory, what I want you to do, I'm going to give you guys some time. I'm probably not going to pan out or anything. Maybe I'll just cover up the screen. But I'm going to give you guys some time to write down the 19 items in order what you remember. All right, so you guys got, I'm going to say, I'll give you a minute starting now to do that. Guys got about 30 seconds. Got about 10 seconds. My wife, Maggie. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Now what I would like for you to do is go ahead and pause the video right now. And in Schoology, go ahead and comment, or in this video below, go ahead and comment how many things that you got. So if you started with Statue of Liberty, then you get a point. If you started with a fat guy, then you don't get a point unless you listed him as the third one. Now, with memorizing things, the biggest thing that we know, for instance, if your parents asked you, what did you learn at school today? The majority of your kids or of you guys are going to be like, nah, I don't remember. But if you went and saw Avengers Infinity War or Ant-Man and Wasp, or I don't even know what most recent movies are out right now, but if you went and watched any of those movies and your parents asked you about those movies, you would be able to explain to them what the movie was about. Okay? Now, why is that? Well, ultimately, it's because transitioning from the classroom, where we're trying to get you guys to remember things and regurgitate that information, but in a movie, there's a story. Okay? Now, I am hopefully trying to be a better job at telling you guys and relaying story to y'all, but I know I'm not perfect at that. all right? But it's a process, and I'm definitely learning. So that story helps us remember the process. So a song, right? We can sing a song like that because it helps us tell a story. So with that in mind, I know whenever I first did that exercise, I got 6 out of the 19 words. And they were out of order, so they weren't even in order. So if you guys got 6, hey, you did better than me on my first time. Good for you. Um, so I started that, but then now we have to connect those things with a story. So our story for this time is going to be, I'm going to tell it again 3 times. And let's see afterwards, not while I'm telling you the story, but afterwards, let's see how much you guys can remember of our story. Okay, so we got the Statue of Liberty, and she's holding her torch or her flame in her one hand. In her other hand, she has a book. Okay, but on top of her head, there's a fat guy with a drill in one hand and a bar of soap in the other. He begins to drill that bar of soap, and purple pennies begin to fall out of that bar of soap. They fall out onto the top of a black limousine. Now, Mickey Mouse is driving this black limousine. Mickey Mouse is wearing a white hat, a pink vest, and black shoes. Okay? Next to Mickey Mouse in the passenger seat is none other than Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is wearing a snake skin skirt. In her lap, she has a letter, and that letter is to her mother. In the back seat, there's a German Shepherd, and he is enjoying his favorite snack of all time, and his favorite snack is a Hershey bar. All right, the Hershey bar. Then the mountain lion comes into the car, grabs the Hershey bar, and jumps back out. After he jumps out, he runs up the cherry tree. All right, so that's first time through. The second time, okay, we got our story. We got the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is standing there on Long Island, New York, with a torch in her hand and a book on her breast or against her chest. Then we have a fat guy sitting on top of her crown. He's got a drill in one hand and a bar of soap in the other. He begins to drill that bar of soap, and out of the bar of soap rains down purple pennies. The purple pennies fall onto the roof of the black limousine. Inside the black limousine, we have Mickey Mouse driving that vehicle. Mickey is wearing a white hat, a pink jacket, and black shoes. Next to him in the passenger seat, you've got Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga has a snake skin skirt, and in her lap, she has a letter to her mother. Okay. In the back seat, we've got a German Shepherd, and again, he is enjoying his favorite snack of all times, which is the Hershey's chocolate bar. But he doesn't get to enjoy it for very long because the lion jumps through the window and snatches it out of his grasp or his mouth and jumps out of the car and runs up the cherry tree. So that's part 2. We'll go one more time. All right. So the last time. Hopefully by now you know that we're talking about the Statue of Liberty in Long Island, New York. And the Statue of Liberty is holding a torch in one hand and the book in the other, clenched close to her chest. On her head is sitting a fat guy with a drill in one hand and a bar of soap in the other. Hopefully he's using it to clean himself. But we know that he's not using it to clean himself because he's drilling the bar of soap, and outside of that bar of soap falls purple pennies. The purple pennies fall onto the roof of a black limousine, and Mickey Mouse is driving that black limousine. On his head, he's wearing a white hat. He's wearing a pink jacket and some black shoes. He's looking mighty sharp. Then, next to Mickey Mouse, we have Lady Gaga. She's sitting there in her snakeskin skirt, but she has a letter to her mother in her lap. In the back seat is a German Shepherd, and that German Shepherd, of course, he is enjoying his greatest snack of all time, and that is the large, adult-sized, king-sized Hershey's chocolate bar. In jumps the mountain lion to snatch it out of the German Shepherd's mouth, and then he takes off and runs up the cherry tree. All right, so now the challenge for you guys is to, of those 19 words, how many now can you guys get in order? It would not surprise me if the majority of you guys at this point were able to get all 19 words and in order. And that's not because you regurgitated the information, but you memorized the story. Okay, one thing that I didn't do a very good job of was having you close your eyes and imagine that you are there. So if you are to this point and you are having a hard time remembering what is going on, what I would challenge you to do is go back to listening to me talk through the story and close your eyes. And I want you to visualize, meaning close your eyes and imagine what I'm talking about. Imagine what the Statue of Liberty looks like. Imagine this big guy sitting on top of her head with a drill in one hand and he's drilling into the bar of soap in the other. Okay, imagine those things so that you can see it happening in your eye, just like it was in real life. Okay, so after you write down your words that you remember now, just like the stars and just like the triangles from earlier this year, we were able to learn and memorize more information because our brain now is learning to connect the information to a story. All right. So the idea then becomes, if you guys know what telephon is or telefan, if your parents know it, that's awesome. They can explain it to you now. If not, telephon or telefan is basically a cooking, it's non-stick cookware where you can cook eggs or bacon or whatever on top of it and it won't stick. Or is your mind like Velcro? And we're learning that over time our mind becomes more like Velcro as long as we are practicing these memory tricks. So trying to connect things through story, like music and like movies and like books. I know you guys have a hard time reading books, but I know you're reading Twitter feeds and you're reading Instagram feeds. You're still reading, right? Don't be fooled. You're still reading. You're reading text messages. You're still reading, all right? Now, remember this ultimate point at the end before I go. It's that you don't have a good memory or a bad memory. It's just that your memory is untrained. And it's my job as your teacher, and hopefully your parents are joining alongside and helping you find ways to find better strategies to be successful in a classroom and in life. Back from earlier, I know you guys it's crazy times right now. I know most of you guys have some concerns. You don't know what's going on, and you're looking to all of these people, these adults that are speaking into your life. You're looking for information and you're looking for help and you're looking for guidance. Some of you guys, maybe not. Maybe you're just doing your own thing because that's what you've always done. But I just want to encourage you to go ahead and remember those voices that are speaking, whether they come from the TV or the parents that are sitting right next to you. Remember who cares about you most and remember who has your specific best interest in mind, and that's your parents. First and foremost, your parents or your guardians, whoever you're living at home with right now, they care enough to have you in their home. And so just remember that you are with the people that care about you most right now. And that in these times that we're all dealing with, right? We all have to go through it together. Now, it's not necessarily together like we are in our classroom, but it's an interesting interval of time right now. So I just want you guys to know that I love y'all and I care about y'all very much. And I'm excited about what the future holds with this distance learning stuff because I feel like I get to talk about some things that I really am passionate about myself, as well as science, because we're going to get there too starting next week. But for now, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Go ahead and comment below on YouTube, or go ahead and comment in Schoology, or just have a conversation with your parents about what you think you learned. Okay, one thing that I'm trying to change in my life is that I would learn from books. I would read a whole bunch of books. I would listen to a whole bunch of audio. I would listen to people talk and watch movies and learn. But if I didn't practice it or if I didn't share it with somebody, then that information was just in my head and it wasn't good for much of anybody. So hopefully with these strategies, you guys are able to learn and talk with your folks about it. Go ahead and reach out to me again. I'll be your hedge of protection. Don't worry about what other people have to say about your comments. We're gonna like we're gonna stand up for you, and your thoughts and feelings, they're valid and they're important. So please comment in the video. Schoology, you guys have my email if y'all have any questions, and y'all have a great rest of your day. Love y'all. Peace.